That's the story of our life, to be present, to absorb the kindnesses. It's almost impossible. If you don't absorb the kindnesses of Hashem, then we can't be Merayim. I don't know if you could do Aleikaya and Mecca if you don't absorb the kindnesses, because the person doesn't see they're cared about and they're loved. So step one, we have to train. We have to be present to train. Don't train anything. Be present. Feel it. I always get nervous when people say Hashem loves you. It gets me slightly uneasy because somebody could say it. You know that principle. I love you. You're like, oh. It might be true, but I just don't feel it, so I don't care. So what we're really claiming is we're capable of experiencing Hashem's love, that we can experience it and feel it. That's the claim. He loves us. If He loves me and I can't experience His love, so it has nothing to do with me that He loves me. It means we're actually capable of experiencing in our own life a sense that Hashem's with me. I have seen remarkably guys like people feel like he's like into me and with me, like real. I want to tell you something interesting. You know, there are people. Avram Avinu had an ayin tov, he had a good eye. Does it feel good if somebody has a good eye and says nice things to you, but says nice things to everybody? So what's the word? You like everybody. Hey, you like me, you like everybody. I chapped on somebody with a really good eye is true what they're seeing, so it feels good. So you can say, you like everybody. No, if somebody could see good in everybody, but they're really seeing the truth, so then it feels good. Hashem's into everybody. He's into me means I really have a personal connection, but He's really into me. It might be true that He's into everybody, but He really wants me, sees me. No, I am seen by Hashem. I'm noticed by Hashem. I'm cared for uniquely by Hashem. That's the claim, that not that Hashem just loves us, is that we're capable of experiencing His love. Keliyat Vaideka means you're my God and I thank you, means that I experience your love. I can really experience your love and feel it. It was so interesting. When my father was sick, so his community was pouring love, and he told me what a blessing. I feel the love of my tzibur. And it was so cool to me that he really absorbed that. People like push things away. He was really absorbing something. I took it during Shiva. A lot of parents came and guys came. Your parents came. I promise I absorbed. There's so much love. I'm much more into the yeshiva. Gershon's father came to Shachris. I promise I'm more invested here. I receive so much love from this place. I'm more into the yeshiva. I feel more connected here. And I saw that from my father. Keli Atavaideka, absorb things, be present to things. There's like stuff going on. Hashem's like, things are like falling at you. Things are being handed. Absorb it. Keli Atavaideka. I thank you for the love, Hashem. I'm trying to receive it and be present to it. Elikaya, when things don't go my way, Midas Hadin. Things strike that are hard. Elikaya, there's a chaymer araymek. I'm araymim you. I'm in a place where I could say you're smart. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, and I accept that. I'm araymim you. That ever hard task of saying you have information I just don't have, and I accept that. That's Elikaya Mecca. The task of the year, those two jobs, Keliyata Vaidek and Elikaya Mecca. We all want the Keli. We should be zeichet to a life full of chesed, of absorbing and appreciate the kindness. When things happen that we don't understand, we should be able to be Merayim Hashem, to say, Hashem, you're smarter. I trust you. I know I'm in good hands, and you're smarter. So let's sing the Balatanya. Mas, we could sing the Balatanya. You like the Balatanya? So I love these words. These words are. But I'm not just, let's not mindlessly sing. Let's sing and. Keli ato v'yoydeko,
No way, bro.
Mizbeach Kalish, nice yamker, where's he?
Mizbeach Chadash
B'tzion Tachin V'yoy Lasrosh Chodesh Na'alelah Mizbeach Chadash B'tzion Tachin V'yoy Lasrosh Chodesh Na'alelah Mizbeach Chavavadash B'tzion Chavavaye V'yoy Las Rosh Chodesh Na'aleh Mizbeach Chavavadash B'tzion Chavavaye V'yoy Las Rosh Chodesh Na'aleh Tzion Tachin V'yoy Las Rosh Chodesh Na'aleh Mizbeach Chadash Tzion Tachin V'yoy Las Rosh Chodesh Na'aleh Mizbeach Chavavadash B'tzion Chavavaye V'yoy Las Rosh Chodesh Na'aleh Yavavalah Mizbeach Chavavadash B'tzion Chavavaye V'yoy Rosh Chodesh Nalel HaMizbeach HaVavadash V'tziyai HaVavayim V'yailas Rosh Chodesh Nalel HaMizbeach HaVavadash V'tziyai HaVavayim V'yailas Rosh Chodesh Nalel. I want to sing a Hanukkah song. Who's that for?
Oh, I wonder. Who's in the house?
I want to sing a Hanukkah song. Always understand that it's not like Punkt Kislev hosts Hanukkah. Like this month was chosen as the host. Whenever a Yom Tov comes out in a month, the month is connected to that Yom Tov in a deep way. Things in the calendar aren't coincidences. Adar doesn't like Punk, it's the host of Purim. Purim's in Adar means that time of the year is connected to Purim. And there's something, Chanukah is connected to Kislev, Kislev is connected to Chanukah. It's very, very, very exact. Understand the beautiful lights are only beautiful because it's dark. Keep in mind, if it would be light, Shraga B'Tia Ramayahani, there's no candle in the light. And the storms and the dark times help produce the beautiful light. And the beautiful light's only a beautiful light because it's dark. And Hanukkah falls out in the beginning of the winter. They're getting the much longer nights. And Hanukkah falls out then, and very, very exact. When I was a youngster, it was very important to me weekly. Always. I was busy for a number of years. I would read Rav Hirsch's pieces. He has beautiful essays on the months. I wanted to emotionally connect to the months. He wrote on every single month of the year. Kislev, Teves, Shvat, Adar, Nisan, Iyar, Sivan, Tammuz, Adar. Every month he would have essays for the month that would connect you to the month. Cheshvan is called Mar Cheshvan, a bitter month. There's something to Cheshvan. What is it? What's a yid experiencing in Cheshvan? So Kislev, Chanukah falls out. There's a deep, deep connection. It's not like a punkt. So I like singing Chanukah songs. Let's do It's Dark Outside, Johnny. Could you start us? Here Chanukah, Chanukah is near. It's dark outside, but it's light in here. Chanukah, Chanukah is near. Anedai Salah, Valukai Deshem. Anedai Salah, Kai Deshem. Anedai Salah, Kai Deshem. Kai Desh, Kai Deshem. Do you owe gratitude? You go to a store and there's a waiter. Do you owe him gratitude? He's a waiter in the store. Do you owe him gratitude, my friends? So Yonis is, of course, he served you. Is only serving to make money. Yonis says you receive. I want to give a svara. There's a Rishash who says, the Rishash says fascinating, Kaihanim have a tzivui to bench us. Kai sevarchu. And yet, what's the minhag Yisrael to say the Kaihanim? What do we say? Shekayach Ganim. It's a minhag Yisrael. Shkoyach Kaihanim, you get enthusiastic.
They have to.
Now they have to. You still see with Makir Taiv. Nachum, what are we saying if they're paid?
Being like an Uber, right? An Uber guy, you're gonna leave him a tip, it's just a mental thing.
I want to know, is there gratitude there? Is there gratitude there? I agree to Nachum. I don't think when we say is there gratitude, this is not a goody question. Appreciate. You'll feel it, by the way. And by the way, when a waiter serves me, I really appreciate it. I feel the guy's serving me. Now, I want to tell you maybe why. Why do I appreciate it? That he's just doing it for him. I want to say that the soul wants to give. And by the way, why did he choose to make money in this way? The soul wants to give. We get our bodies. You can't say on a prayer, he's only giving because he's paid. He's giving because he has a soul. Yeah, he's paid and he wants to make money, and maybe that motivates him to tap in. The soul wants to give. So I don't think it's fair to say anybody's just doing it because. He's doing it because we're wired to give, because we have a soul. Whatever reason you give, this is clear. I'm not talking about that intellectually you owe gratitude. There's like gratitude somebody gives you, so you're just paid for it. Yeah, it's true. It's true. He gets money for it. He's tapping into a place, And there's gratitude. There's gratitude when somebody does. The Rishash says somebody benches you. Do you know where it is? I don't remember where it is, but there's gratitude. The Rishash says that the Kehanim bench us. We have gratitude. My father, a big thing he taught us is appreciation. He was a very appreciative person. He said that Reb Chaim Shmulevitz spoke about gratitude a lot. It was something we sang in my home. It came from Dr. Eilenberg at the end of every Suda. It's cute.
It comes from Dr. Eilenberg?
Yeah. And my father always sang, but like weekly. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Weekly. To my mom, he sang, thank you very much. For years and years. Ravezi now does it every Friday night. Yeah, they didn't do the high. I know. But the bottom line is my father for years sang thank you very much. I'm not talking about to sing it or not to sing it. That's cute. I'm talking about gratitude, to appreciate. Somebody made, somebody cooked. I watched when my father was sick in the hospital, every nurse who came, it's not easy. They're coming, you're in pain, and everybody, thank you. When he was no longer conscious the last week, these eyes saw this. I promise, when a nurse or doctor, he was not conscious. When a nurse or doctor came in, his lips would start moving. My mother says, to me it was obvious that he's trying to say, she would tell the nurse, he's trying to say thank you. It was just true. His lips was straight. Any time a nurse or doctor came in, the lips started to move. Any time he was trying to say something. So my mother would say, he's trying to tell you thank you. His lips are moving. He's trying to say thank you. This is something that was like very, very ingrained, gratitude. But I'm not saying the words. I have seen people treat waiters despicably. I've seen it. People go to a restaurant and they're my father treated a waiter. It was evident that the guy's serving him. It was evident on people around him. There's a lady in Yeshiva Rockaway who is the lady comes Sundays and is a secretary on Sundays. She's been through a very, very difficult life. A wonderful person who's been through a lot. There was some event in the yeshiva with nice music. On a Sunday morning, she works Sundays. My father comes in and says to her, go listen, I know you would like some good music. Go in and listen. I'm in Avil anyway. He was in Avil. I can't listen. I'll handle the phones. And my father, for his money, she wrote us a letter that I went to listen to the music. And he answered, he became the secretary for the morning. For that, whatever, it was an hour, a half hour, she doesn't say how long it was. I went to listen. He said, I can't listen to the music anyway. But I know him. It wasn't like just, it's Pasha. I saw a behavior like this. She's working for the yeshiva. He had gratitude. He noticed these things. Custodians, real gratitude. Somebody works for us. I watch the people who humor the Goyim here, and I watch people who get it. The guys like cleaning for us. A guy like Roger serves us every week. It's weird not to take the space that he's working for us. I appreciate it. Roger, thank you. To look him dead in the eyes and say, I appreciate it. But not just to say the words, so then it costs. So then you're schmoozing with Roger. You're noticing a guy who's working. I think somebody has to be very, very stuffed up. Very not living a rich existence, not to notice people working for them and doing for them, not a forced chill, not say thank you, just to be an open-eyed person. The external thing's not bad. It's funny. They had an event for Rabbeim. They rented an amusement park. For sure, all the people running rides never got so many thank yous in their life. Because Rebbeim are always the guys telling their class, say thank you. So they got the security guards, like if another person says thank you, I'm going to deck him. Like the amount of thanks, that's beautiful. But I'm not talking about just being a good person and saying thank you, which you certainly should. I'm talking about being in a space that people are like, be noticing, like absorb things. Hey, like there are people around working for me, doing for me, to like absorb that and to notice that. Waiters were a big place I noticed. We were zeicher to go to a hotel every other Pesach for many years. I don't remember specifically there. I can't say maybe even in the summers. I just remember like a messiah that I got from my father. Waiters were treated with tremendous dignity. Somebody's like serving you. It was like appreciated like in a real way. Thank you. Like really, wow, appreciate it. I watch people behave to waiters like it's like so tragic. I don't even know what it means. I'm not talking about to say thank you. I don't even know what it means, how not present you are. We had a cleaning lady who recently she retired recently. She sent the text. She wrote to my wife like you're the holiest person I ever met, like a text. And I promise what she was expressing was my wife appreciates her. It's like Pasha gratitude. But if you're just halfway awake, somebody's working for you. There's a certain, wow. But it means something. It means you'll give a coffee. It means it's like you're awake to something. So I'm not just talking, and certainly if you're not, do the external and hopefully that will awaken something. Just people who live like with an awareness, like awake and eyes open. So obviously, Hanukkah is a month. We're going to have, it's a month of L'Hodeis U'Lahalal, to thank, to appreciate, to notice. The purpose of Nisim are to notice Hashem. We sometimes get lulled to sleep and stop noticing and absorbing kindnesses that surround us, that are there. We could actually have gratitude to our parents. We could have gratitude to custodians. We really could live a life of gratitude and appreciation. Just eyes open. Just eyes open and like absorb things. The waiters brings it home to me. I think the healthiest people, the waiter serves them like, not they just say thank you, they like absorb something, somebody's serving you. It's like a cool space to be at. I find waiters and waitresses typically end up being very nice. They're in a space, they're serving you and giving to me. That's like a cool space to be. That they're tapping into a very deep place of service. I'm in the space then of appreciation. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. You thank, they feel appreciated, and there's like something very significant that goes on in that space of people giving, thank you for giving. A beautiful thing happens in that space. A couple of years ago, we had why it struck me then, I don't know. A couple of years ago in Sulam, Rabbi Weiss hired people to run what's that called? The carnival for us. So first of all, he was paying a lot of money to run the carnival. So he was like giving. And then the people running the carnival were running rides. They were like Bachrim from like different, who knows, like interesting Bachrim. You could picture a guy running a ride. He's doing his own journey. And our guys were like very appreciative to the guys running the rides. And one of the guys came on purpose. He'd composed music and he wanted to play it for our guys. Our guys were thankful and appreciative, and we were thanking them. They felt appreciated for being appreciated. It was so eternal and so beautiful, a world of gratitude. I consider a world of gratitude a world of eternity. And a world of not gratitude, everything's fleeting. My father was a man of gratitude. He appreciated. But he lived, it's like a very rich existence. I saw he was a person, I think you have to just be present. It's not like be nice, say thank you. It's not like that. It's like really relationships. People would give to him his balabatim. Do you know my father was upset? I'll tell you a story. This is a story. There were once a Rosh Yeshiva came to, my father raised millions of dollars. And a Rosh Yeshiva came from Eretz Yisrael, said, we're desperate for money. So my father said, what's wrong? He said, the government stopped giving us. So my father said, how much did the government give you before? And the guy said, how come we didn't know about this? He said, you should have been going around talking the government's gratitude. Like, hello. And my father was quite upset. He helped the person. He was upset that where was the gratitude? He said, that's how much they were giving. Why? Now we're like talking about it. Why weren't we full of gratitude that they're such supporters of Torah? Why did none of us know? Should have been letters written about this. Should have been flyers spoken about. Why didn't we know about this? He was somebody like lived, but it wasn't like trying to be funny. He lived with a sense of gratitude to get. I get upset when people make fun of this country. I was very impressed. I don't know if it was maybe that good that one of the Jewish organizations said our kids will not be trained to hate this country. Now, I'd like, instead of just negative, our kids will be trained. My Rabbi would hang an American flag different times, like July 4th. I think it's funny if somebody doesn't have gratitude to America. They're very good to us. They're very good to us, amazingly kind. And this is something a Yid's mitzvah. Ave mispalo b'shloim mishal malchus. Daven for the peace of the country. We're not people who make fun of a president. We're not. We're very good. We're very present. Feel very good. I like America a lot. I care about this country a lot. They host us. They hosted our families for a long time. My family's been here for 100 years. Very appreciative. Very, very nice country. To be appreciative, gratitude, to real gratitude, not just not to hate, to really appreciate. By the way, that's mechayiv. If you can help, if there's a place to give back to the country, we owe something. We're really chayiv. It's very present and it's just intelligent and you're plugged in. A person has to be very unplugged into their own life, like just avoidant of things and very not worked out, not to be present to gratitude. So it's not like, I don't want to call it like a frumma thing, like her. He practiced, he was present. Literally, we'd go to the restaurant and people would serve. He was like very appreciative. We ended up becoming close to the waiters. To be with him is to be tight with the waiters because they serve us. But even like a gas station guy like gives you gas in New Jersey, it's the law. You're not let it take. So then you were boys with the guy because he was serving you. There's like a healthy thank you so much. He just served you. The guy just filled you up on gas. You appreciative. These were like simple things that were true, and it's such a rich existence. Instead of everything just being fleeting and passing and nothing matters, there's gratitude. Gratitude takes an act of service. Instead of just, Roger, you're like oblivious, you thank him and appreciate him. He appreciates you for appreciating him. It builds relationship. It takes that which is fleeting and make it endure. People appreciate each other and are thankful. This is a basic in relationships, gratitude, real gratitude, presentness, to notice things. Just to notice things. It's funny, one of my brother-in-law said, he was watching the kids during Shiva. My sister was sitting Shiva. He said, like, I owe you the rest of my life. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. He was working hard. He said, 1 week like this, he said, this should cost like the rest of my life. Like, the chapping, to be present to gratitude. My father was somebody who appreciated his spouse, but he spoke about gratitude. Most importantly, he lived in that space. But the waiter thing like strikes me, just waiters at restaurants, like it's just cool to be present. If you're just in your own, if you're not facing reality, living reality, then you just pass by and they serve, you're just grumpy. I've seen people be mean. I don't know what space they're living in. They get aggressive and boss around and tough. It's like missing out on life. And then he just took a beautiful experience. We became close. The hotel, I remember, the waiters became like part of our family at hotels. They were serving us. That's pretty tight. Goyish waiters, I'm proud to say now that Goyish waiters at our Pesach hotel, we get very close. Now, there's normally rules, a Yid and a Goy, we're commanded Kedoshim to you to have a certain separation. The Torah says that. Here he's serving me. He's my waiter. That's mechayiv gratitude. And then they appreciate being appreciated. An Uber driver, all these type of things, big people are very present. And they're in a space of a lot of gratitude, appreciation. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah. it's very, I've said this many times that gratitude is not like a side mile of a yid. Our names are Yehudim. We're called Yehudim. The Sfas Emes writes we're called Yehudim. We're called thankers. It's like defining about us. You know who we are? We're a group of thankers. That's who we are, Yankov. A yid's a thanker. We make 100 brachas every day. We're in the space of people who receive, who are in that space of receivers, who feel the love, who experience the love, who are noticing the love. We're in that space. Our name is thankers. You were called Yehudim. Because we're Maida. The Lashon of the Sfas Emes, we're Maida al davar gadol davar katan. We thank for big stuff, we thank for small stuff. Oh, this is so nice. This morning, right after davening, Rabbi Brownstein brings out boxes of donuts. It's like we see, be present to something. It was so nice. Right, Snicky picks it up. Rabbi Brownstein obviously made the call. People are spending the time and giving and supplying. You could absorb something. If we're present, we could be people of tremendous, tremendous gratitude. My father said that his Rebbe, Reb Chaim Shmulevitz, who he was zeicher to learn by for 8 months, that's what he spoke about most. That his Rebbe spoke most about gratitude, like many of his shmuzim were on the topic of gratitude, being a person of gratitude, and somebody himself who was just a very appreciative person. One of the most famous Vartim, Reb Chaim Shmulevitz, but I heard this from my father, and much more importantly, my father lived this. Rachel Imenu has a son and names him Yosef. We all love JD here. What's your full name, JD? What? Yosef. Unzera Yosef. We love Yosef, and we have a Yosef. Once we have to call Yosef David. Right, Russ calls you Yosef David, right? He calls people their names. It's very cute. Both their names. Beautiful. Yosef David. We love the name Yosef. Why was Yosef called Yosef? Do you know, Akiva, why Yosef was called Yosef? Asaf Hashem es Charpasi Vigi. You know why Yosef was called Yosef? Rachel Imenu didn't have a child for a long time. And that's very painful for a girl not to have a child. Very, very painful. She had a child. She said, Asaf Hashem es Cherpasi. Hashem has removed my disgrace. What disgrace are you referring to? Says Rashi, Pashup Shat, you'd say she had a child. One of the Shiftei Ka. Rashi said when she broke a dish, she had nobody to blame. And now when there's a child, the house is messy and you have no kids, you look bad. Now there's a kid, you don't feel so bad. The house is messy, you have kids. Oh, it's different. I was once at a shul in Lakewood. It was one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. I was at a shul in Lakewood for Shabbos, and the Rav asked the tzibur to be more careful to clean up. Somebody wrote like the most hate-filled letter, how it's despicable, how messy people are. And the person wrote, I see tricycles in front of your house. It was so funny because it's so beautiful. They were messy. They have kids. This guy has no kids and a dog. He has like 0.3 kids and a dog. That's the average home. So there's no tricycles in front of the house and there's no lollipop sticks. This guy wrote, somebody wrote a hate-filled letter, and the Rav was reading it to his community. He was asking the community to try to clean up. It shouldn't be a Chil Hashem. I was silently davening that the guy should get bopped over the head. The guy who wrote the letter, shame on this chayara. His dog should bite him. That's what I was davening. He was like, he's ripping on a community. They have kids, like there's such a terrible crime. If they're kids, hello, it's a little messy. The people have 7, 8 kids. They should be blessed and feel wonderful. Chil Hashem, like they have 8 kids of Chil Hashem. Of course, they should try to be as neat as possible. I assure you, have 8, 9, 10 kids. It's not going to be as neat as 0.3 kids and a dog. So the dogs don't ride tricycles. So the guy wrote a letter, Johnny. It was, I haven't told you about this letter. It was like attacking fiercely the community. The Rav was such a tzaddik, he wasn't feeling the hate of the letter. He was just asking, let's see, maybe you could try a little bit. Let's clean up. Let's do it. What? Yeah. He was a Zisa person. He wasn't criticizing the tzibur. He read the letter. He wasn't agreeing to the letter by any stretch. He simply was asking his tzibur to try the best you can to clean up. But she called him Yosef. She said, "I'm no longer disgraced." Because anybody with half a noodle, put aside that letter writer who has no brain, but anybody with a half a brain, anybody with a half a brain,
maybe he's a waiter somewhere.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. But any intelligent person sees people with a mess, and there's many kids, you cut them some slack. Beautiful, you're raising a mishpacha. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Certainly it should be neat. It should look a schmack, but people cut slack. They understand there's a family living here. There are kids have needs, kids could get a little ebidik, they could make a little messes. So anybody can understand that. So she names her child Yosef. Hashem has removed my disgrace. If it's messy, sane people will say, nope, the child did something. So Reb Chaim Shmulevitz asked, that's what she was appreciative for? She just had one of the Shiftei Ka. Now there's big Torah on the Chazal. I want to learn it this year. I'm going to tell you Chassidish Torah, JD, but I don't want to forget the Balei Musar. And Reb Chaim Shmulevitz said, you hear this kasha? That's what she's appreciative to, Yonah. She just had one of the Shiftei Ka Rachli Menu. What does she thank Hashem if the house is messy? I have a good excuse. That's what she named him Yosef. Asaf Hashem is Charpasi. Hashem has removed. Yosef means to be Asaf, to gather up. Hashem has gathered up my disgrace. I'm no longer disgraced. Why? If a keli breaks, people will say the kid broke it. That's what she's thanking for. Now there's big Torah on it. Reb Chaim Shmulevitz said that Hakaras HaTov is to notice all the details. Nothing's a side note, not to ignore something. If there was a side detail, there's a side detail that she breaks a dish. Gratitude includes that she noticed all the details and absorbed it. She was present to all the kindness of Hashem. It doesn't mean she only appreciated that. It means she also appreciated that. Even that, she called him Yosef, means gratitude on every detail of having a child, down to the fact that if I break something, was a mechaya. Life got easier. If something breaks, child, I do grand built-in excuse. She noticed that too. That's what Chaim Shmulevitz said. Viggy, that living style of noticing details and having gratitude for it is a very rich existence. It's a rich existence. People appreciate and notice and can absorb the kindness of Hashem. That's a very, very rich existence to live. It's a good space to be in. That's something that Reb Chaim Shmulevitz demanded and spoke to his Talmidim about and created an awareness to live in that space of gratitude, to appreciate the kindnesses that Hashem certainly surrounds us. There's Chassidish. I don't think now is the space to share the Redums. There's very good Torah on this Chazal, and we'll yet share more Torah on the Chazal. But I want to focus on this space of gratitude. So we'll say something and maybe talk more about gratitude. It is the month of Kislev. It's the month that Hanukkah comes out in here. So that's Hashem. All of us should be zeichet to live in that space, to plug into the beautiful, healthy, gorgeous space of Keliyat Vaideka, of absorbing the kindness of Hashem. Tov le'oidais l'Hashem, Tov le'oidais l'Hashem, le'zamer l'Hashem chol yoin, Tov le'oidais l'Hashem, le'oidais l'Hashem, le'zamer l'Hashem chol yoin, Hagev abayke, v'ker chazdecho, v'yemunas chaval eilos, Figure it out. A Yid wrote a letter. One point I want to read it to the Chevra. A Yid wrote a letter to the family. Did you see Dr. Jarrett's letter, Ravelli? Naira. Like a Yid wrote, who was very, very close to my dad, wrote a letter to the family that was nifla. That was very, very nifla. He wrote a letter about my tata to the family that was, first of all, a lot of piskei halacha, fascinating psak and halacha, with the date. Each thing with the date. And the letter was like, I want to read it to the Chevra at one point. I want to read the letter. It was something that, it brought a lot of bechios. I read that crying. It was an incredible letter. But one of the things he said, it was moving on many levels. In a shul, normally we don't have a levaya in a shul. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to have a levaya in a shul or a yeshiva. It says for the Rosh Yeshiva, for the Rav, somebody who founded the shul, you can have a levaya in the shul. Otherwise, you can't just have you don't make levayas in shuls. This Yid lost his wife. He was the gabbai in the shul for, I think he said 15, 20 years. 15 years? 16 years. And his wife passed away. My father was very close. My father told him, I want the levaya, they spayed him in the shul. The gabbai's wife. And I so see my father giving that psak. This the gabbai. It's a gratitude. People just ignore things. And my father wanted that levaya that moved me a lot. Other people just ignore. He's the gabbai. That's from a place that's recognized. I took that. He didn't write that as a story of gratitude. I took that. My father was present to things. The guy's the gabbai in the shul. There's a space, and he wanted the levaya of his wife. This wonderful person. Her husband's the gabbai. That's a space thing people miss and ignore, and just. Her husband's the gabbai. That's a space that the whole shul and the whole tzibur owes to the point that he held. I took that as part of the sugi of gratitude. Did you take that? That's how I understood, like a sugi of. That's how I see Abba saying that she works here. Her husband ran the shul. How could it, that's pashut. We owe her that. I could see him saying we owe her that. That's how I took it as a sugi of gratitude. But I think there's so many things we space out to, things like that. We're not like cognizant enough. It's interesting. We have in yeshiva a lot of Shabbosis. Rabbi Russ's nephew comes and lanes. If you're ever part of a minyan with a bad Baal Kaira, it's very frustrating. Makes the whole minyan. It feels achi. We had years we didn't have a Baal Kaira and different people trying to lane. It's just very frustrating. And it feels like a very incompetent, not a wholesome minyan, like you couldn't get your act together. So we're looking. He would come weekly on lane. The whole minyan feels better. Smooth. You feel like a certain competence. Notice things. Be present. You're a rich. You say, thank you for laning. It's geschmack. A guy davens nicely for the Amen. I'm very, very strict. To me, who davens Lamed Shabbos is very serious. A guy has to be very good at it. Shua daven. Beautifully. Shua Guggenheim, beautiful. It's very important to me, beautiful davenings. But then notice the ones, Yehuda Krupka bangs up beautiful davenings. We have Johnny who gives us davenings here and in Sulam. Notice it, be appreciative to it, thank for it, be awake, gratitude, notice things. People, when it goes wrong, when a Baal Kaira is messing up, everybody jumps, screaming, yelling, correcting. Absorb the kindness of a good Baal Kaira. A guy is laning and puts time into laning. We now have Yisrael. We Baruch Hashem, we're Zeicha. Do you lane on Shabbos also, Yisrael? During the week. Beautiful, thank you. I like Eli also. The sweet Gabbai is a big deal. I like it. Eli Trest does a beautiful job. He does something. Have guys seen this? He does something here that I'm very curious about. He calls up the Kayin. He'll say, Yosef min Baruch HaKayin Kayin. Or Baruch ben Yehuda HaLevi Levi. To me, if you call him up for Levi, you're saying he's a Levi, right?
Like Heidi does it also.
Does it by Levi?
Hey!
I'm talking about Gabbai.
How are you?
Perfect
Mike
timing.
over there? How are you, Mike over there? You're on this show. Beekman Street.
Round of applause for Ellie
But cheerful, sweet, positive Gabbai is like a minion changer. I'm very into that. A good Gabbai. You smile, you're Zeus, you're a good Gabbai. I like what you do with Levi. I like you call up a guy, Daniel Pinchas ben Yeshua HaLevi Levi.
Sorry, Brancy, it's not. I'm just following orders.
It's cool. Do you see that in other shuls, Rebezi? No. Well, they usually say Daniel Pinchas ben Yeshua Levi, and that means you're. They usually just say Daniel ben Yeshua Levi. Because you called up for Levi, so that's saying you're a Levi. You don't say Daniel Pinchas ben Yeshua HaLevi Levi.
Or one or the other. I don't know why you do both.
Right.
I would say Halevi.
And that's it. Because he's saying, I'm saying you're a Levi, and I'm giving you Levi. So he calls up Yamai, Daniel Pinchas ben Yeshua Levi. You're Daniel Pinchas ben Yeshua HaLevi, and I'm calling you up for Levi. I just said you call me for Levi. That says I'm a Levi. You don't have to say I'm a...
I think
That's what Rabbi Brownstein said. That's what I said to Rabbi Brownstein. He called me up for Levi. So he said, maybe you're a Kain. So I have to make it clear. You're a Levi called up for Levi.
I heard.
What?
Yeah, when he said it, I heard, and that's when I heard what he said.
Comment by saying he's Levi, and then he called him Leah.
I hear. You noticed that this morning? Yaina and I are cousins. We're both cousins. My cousin Yaina was called up with Aliyah this morning.
Yaina, her cousin, the cousin.
Did you notice that this morning? It's very, very interesting. Diggy, what's your family? Fellow cousins, let's go. What's your full name, Biggs? Avigdor? Avigdor. You're named after Avigdor Miller? Are you named after Avigdor Miller? That's cool. I remember when your father was very into Avigdor Miller. Is it possible that I got dad into Avigdor Miller? Ask if... Oh, you're going to say, no, I don't take the credit. Which guy here, I was zeicher to finish Mesivta Sukkah with his father and the yeshiva called TJ. Me and his father finished Mesivta Sukkah together. Ravezi, who is it? Biggie Gottesman's tata. Yeah. 1 year.
I got a chance.
Oh, your Yisrael's a big deal. We allowed to ask, Shemsh has a good voice. Could us Levium, could we, Yona, you're going to sing beautifully. I'm going to do the doors. Are you allowed to invite Shemshi to sing with you? Can a Yisrael sing with Levium?
To sing for me. That's what a Levi is.
Maybe Yisrael sings also. I saw one of the Achrayim say recently, I saw that you're allowed to ask Yisrael to sing also. Maybe that's totally if Iker Shir is Bepeh or Bekli.
Well, you're allowed to ask a
Could somebody ask Google, can a Yisrael sing with Levium?
Are you allowed to ask a coin to do something?
I don't know, could Google know?
Rabbi, it's the same thing.
Arya asked
like a coin to get you something. Could you ask a coin, you will get me.
That's a different shayla. That's a different shayla. Here I want to know is the Yisrael allowed to sing with Levium?
Still lowering them.
I don't sing along.
Could they come up and sing? You know, are you? You know the people who sing with the Kehanim when they do Birchas Kehanim, they duchen? I made a deal. One of our guys was the only Kohen in Blue Ridge on Sukkot, and he was afraid to duchen. So I made a deal. I'll stand near the front and I'm going to sing the tune with him, and we sang a duet together. Well, yeah. Aryeh, did it say?
Google says, I think Google says.
What does it say? What does it say?
It
says the basic English now.
I would not be allowed to sing like that in that specific location, like the steps of
The duchen.
Their role would be to participate in the congregation's prayer and response.
Good thing we're not in the basement.
The basic English says no.
It says no. Google's saying no. So that's a good shayla. Akiva Lee wants to know they can't go up and sing. Could they sing from their spaces? I'm just trying to get Shimshi in the choir. I'm trying to lobby here.
Official service, no, but Israelites were encouraged to join during the
Israelites?
Not
so now in the formal capacity.
I don't trust Google.
ChatGPT.
I don't trust ChatGPT.
I saw somebody handle this recently. I'm trying to remember where. I just saw this recently.
It sounds like for me they could sing from not on the steps.
Really?
Yeah, when a non-Levite could not sing on the steps with the Levites, could participate in the worship, sing along with the congregation.
This is like totally new age, Rav Ezi. Rav Ezi, this is new age. We're making diyukim in Google. Google said that the Israel can sing with the Levites from the steps. It's doch mashma.
Someone should ask Jody, what about not on the steps?
Ask Google what to do with the waiter who has 0.3 kids and a dog.
What is it called?
All the way up there. So it says.
It's funny. That's funny. Who keeps this base madrash so clean that was Zeicher to live in? The Vezzi Shlita. We owe a lot of gratitude. Just for the stats, 4 kids and no dog. Let's do the slow Taiv Lahaidis. Taiv Lahaidis. Hashem. Thank you, Rabbi. Taiv Lahaidis. Hashem. Ulizamer. Ulizamer. L'shem chol yoy. Taiv Hashem, oiton loidos Hashem, oiton loidos Hashem, ulizamer, l'shem chol yoy, oiton Hashem, Yashkayach, we'll continue. I owe the Chaver. We didn't do Mesilas Yesharim today. I owe you. And we'll get Beis Hashem today. It was a day for gratitude. Thank you. A tremendous gratitude for listening. Thank you. Thank you, Gersh.
Oi.